Well, we are back on the Coffee Challenge, episode 7. It is the end of September. We're going to sleep through the night and go move into October. And let's see what we're going to do. It's October, so we're going to wake up at 7:30. Before we get moving too far, I want to make a big shout out to Scorpion's Edge. I was in a stream, somebody's stream, and lo and behold, I could not stop laughing after I read what I read in the chat. That's why this episode is dedicated to Scorpion Edge. We're going to do a commercial before we get going here. It's called C.S. Benji's Drool, Doggy Drool. Here's how it goes. Is your door shut? Jar won't open? Then get C.S. Benji's Jar Doggy Drool, and it will loosen even the toughest nut. And this is Scorpion's Edge's commercial for episode 7. I hope you got a chuckle out of that. Anywho, let's take a look at a couple things before we get rolling here. We're going to look at our greenhouses, see where we're at on them. Oh, we got lots of coffee here. Coffee beans in the greenhouse. Let's take care of that right off the bat. Where's my trap? Well, before we even start with that, I was chipping trees on off camera, and I left this one here still loaded, and we're going to take a look at that real quick. I want to see where we're at in the finances. We are $4,906 in the bank. We're going to sell these wood chips. Fill the tractor up while we're here. We're not putting any more wood chips in there. We're going to sell these wood chips. Alright, we got $470,967 with an environmental score of 13,380 for those wood chips. Alright, that makes it for a good payday for the month of October, but we're not done in October. We got some things we want to do in October. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to harvest some green beans. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. This field right here, field 83. Yeah, ready to harvest green beans. And we also have grass ready to mow. So we need a mower. Well, first things first, we want to go disconnect this trailer for a minute, drop this wood chipper off. Tree chipper, tree devourer, whatever you want to call it. gonna sit in front of the hoe at the moment. Wrong button. As usual. Alright, let's get our coffee beans collected. Whoa. There's Sparky, Benji's cousin. Speaking of Benji, let's make sure he's got food in his bowl. He's in my way, so I gotta get him over here to the dog house to get his food. Where is he? Come on, Sparky. Here he comes. He's coming and running. Yeah. Good boy. Well, while he's doing his eating and chowing down, now I can empty my greenhouses. He was in my way. I got 58,552 liters in this greenhouse. We are going to really get into the coffee making here in a little bit. I haven't decided where I want to put the coffee shop yet. We'll have to probably find a place to put it. I might be able to put it right here in that green patch. Alright. And this greenhouse has how many? 58, 577 liters of coffee beans, raw. We're really moving forward on these coffee beans. And while we're waiting for that to fill, I got a cup of coffee in my hands. Nice and hot. There's a little more in there. Yeah. Will we fill up this trailer? That's the question. It's a possibility. Oh yeah. Alright, we are full. Got 200,000 liters of raw coffee beans. Taking it over to Why Not's coffee roaster. Alright, let's finish gathering these raw coffee beans up. Then we're going to take a look and see how much roasted coffee beans we got. There's Sparky coming down this way again. These ways I got my coffee done. Pulled out of the greenhouses. Might add another greenhouse, I haven't decided yet. We got 4 of them going so far. Alright. We emptied out our greenhouses. Sparky. You're walking around in circles. Alright, let's take a look at our greenhouses real quick. Okay, we're gonna need some liquid fertilizer put back in there eventually. I don't have to worry about the water. I ain't got down to the cement factory yet. I need to take a piece of equipment down there to gather up the stone at the dredge. We got Willie B's grain mill making us flour. And we're turning sorghum into flour at the moment. And we got Wranglersaurus Rex's cookie shop, and he's got flour in there at the moment. And we're making some bread with an automatic cell. Alright, whoa, hold the phone. We need to see how many roasted coffee beans we got. We got 21,712 liters of roasted coffee beans in there right now. We're gonna withdraw that. Yep, they're roasted all right. Good job. Alright, we're gonna make a quick turnaround here. Yes, this is the great grass field right here. We're gonna mow that grass, take it over to the production site. Alright, let's take a look at the price of coffee beans roasted. Alright, we're going to hold on to our roasted coffee beans and we're going to sell it in March. So we're going to store our roasted coffee beans in our silo over here. This silo is a special type silo where you can place up against the building and so forth. It's the animal trigger mod. That's what I'm using for this series. Alright, now we got... Whoop. We got 38,714 liters in storage for right now of the roasted coffee bean. Alright, now, our next thing on the agenda, we need a mower. The Heston windrower is out of the question on this map because of the width of the header and everything like that, so we're going to go with a different mower on this map. Alright, I'm going to drop that trailer off temporarily for right there. Got enough room in here. Alright, we need a mower. went down too far. Oh, before I forget, we're going to go into category belts. I'm going to do a test. We need to pick up the forge pick hook. Let's see if it's going to show it. Yeah, it picks up onions. Yeah, we might go with this and sell the normal coffee, the normal onion picker. We might just do that. Okay, we want to make this color. Let's take a look at this. Whoop, no, we don't want that. I wanted to customize. Let's. All right, that should get close to that color there. Add to favorites. We're gonna call it roasted coffee bean roasted. Add to favorites. Done. All right. We want to go over to custom. We want this one. There we go. And we're gonna buy it. All right, we still need a mower. Let's go into mowers here. And we're gonna grab this bad boy here, the Batwing MM8000 Bedner Batwing mod for 40 grand. And Game & Joy is the one that created this mod. Yes, we want a trash fan on there. Okay. We're going to leave everything as in the color for one simple reason. It's black. That's his favorite thing. License plate. I don't know why I didn't save it. Color. We want to make it gold, yellow, or whatever you want to call it. It looks gold. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, we got our mower and the forge pickup. we get carried away here. We're gonna drop this off right now. We're gonna cut our grass so we can collect it. Alright, I'm going to have to pull up the help menu for a brief moment. Once we get out of that menu. Alright, channel settings. We want the help menu on for a moment. Let's take a look at something. Toggle work mode. Might help if I highlight the mower. Mulcher, stump grinder, destroyer, mower, brush hog, swath mower. That's what we want. Alright, now turn that help window back off. Alright, we should be able to start cutting grass. I might have to remove these trees. We'll see. Alright. I'm gonna hire a worker to do this. Okay, headland is first. Okay. See what he does. Oh yeah. We're mowing our grass. This is good. Looks like he's missing some. And what I may have to bring that back up, the menu back up, because we can use this mower to grind stumps. I've had a couple stubborn stumps that wouldn't cut with the tree devourer, so we'll be using this particular implement to get rid of the stubborn stumps that wouldn't go away with the tree devourer, which makes our wood chips. As you noticed, I sold a load of wood chips this morning. I haven't paid attention. I think there's two headlands. He's going to go the other direction on this next headland, I think. Then he'll go back and forth, up and down the field. The partial here. Alright. Alright, let's get back up here. This is green beans, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, green beans. Alright. Beans that I don't have a green bean harvester. I'm not going to buy a green bean harvester. That's not what this challenge is about. The challenge is about coffee. Coffee. Anyhow, I was talking to Mom in one of actually she replied to my setup, and she said I could. In the rules, it says you can lease if you want, if you so choose, but no loans are allowed, which is fine. I don't like loans to start with because you end up having to pay interest. So what I will do is I'm going to lease a green beans harvester for the green beans. Alright, let's go in here. And we're going to go into category green bean harvesters. Okay, we got two of them. One's for tool height control header, and the other one is not. The capacity remains the same, which is 15,000 liters of green beans. The price doesn't matter on either one of them, so, but I'm in no hurry to speed through it because it's not a very big field, so we're going to leave the tool height control off. And we're going to lease it for $25,423. Wow. That's okay. I have the money in the bank for that. Alright. Let's get that. Let's get these green beans. See if we can get it done in under an hour. I have to go here. Alright. We're going to hire a worker. And I will let him harvest the green beans for me. progress of our mower over here. He's still mowing. Alright, he's completed his task. Now I'm going to go around the edge of this field and I'm going to get some more grass. the helper will not mow this. Benji had to get his 2 cents in. Yep. I think I'm gonna have to check that field beside me, see if I got weeds. Okay, I ran into a stump. You can tell. It's right here. Alright, we went around the edge of that field. Okay. Let's get this grass collected. Ah. I think we'll park over here for the time being. Alright, let's get this grass collected. Let's grab our forage wagon. This ain't gonna take very long to collect this grass. And you'll see why here in a minute. Put some light on the subject. Yep, you see it. I'm using the Colossus, one of the Colossus packs. Alright, now we got the grass collected. Let's go to our production. We got 63,050 liters of grass that we can convert into hay and silage, which we need for our cattle that we got going on. Yes, we're using the Highland cattle from the Highland expansion. Right, while I'm here, let's check this field. Soybeans growing. Okay, there ain't no weeds. Cool. There better not be any weeds. We need soybeans and wheat to make mineral feed. We need grass and chaff to make, well, we can use grass to make hay and silage. And I have a cornfield planted to make some chaff with. That's the silo side. I need to get out of the side of this building. Alright. So we're going to put the grass in this production point here. This is the, it makes different products on this mod here. We're going to go in that mod real quick like. It's called Production for Farm Goods, which is barley seeds, chaff, silage, corn for pig food, corn pig food. There's 2 different recipes for that. Corn seed, digestate, grass, hay. We want hay at the moment. We got 45,000 liters of grass in there now. Alright, we need to get that activated, and we're also going to make silage. That way we can have both of them going at the same time. Alright, I was speaking about lime mineral feed. I don't know where the lime comes in at for the recipe, but it says 150 wheat and 50 soybeans makes 200 liters of mineral feed. And we need mineral feed for one simple reason. If we want stones are done. We got 2 different recipes for mixed rations. Mixed ration silage, which is hay, silage, and straw, which is just regular with no mineral feed in it. And then the other one has mineral feed in it. But being we don't have any mineral feed yet, we'll just go with the grass, hay, and silage. But we ain't got no hay or they're starting now. We're getting some in here. Got 450 liters of silage already, and we got 51 liters of hay. So we gotta wait for that to build up a little bit before we start making. I have some grass left over, which is good, and I will store it in my silo. Alright, well, we're done with this piece of equipment for right now. Store the rest of the grass in the silo here, which holds 10 million liters of grass. 10 million liters of product. And if I get a real big surplus of the ingredients and so forth, I might make some pig food and sell the pig food. Because we are not doing pigs. Let's That's not what this challenge is about. If I had pigs for the challenge, with this challenge, but we're not. We're having the Highland cattle. I'm only going to do one animal. Alright, we got that done. We need to take a look at our green bean harvest. He's at 17%. Alright. What else do we got? That's the only two things we got going right now. Green beans and that grass. Okay, we need to probably fertilize that. Field of grass over there. Doing that, let's take a look at it. And that's the only two things I need to do on my farm. I got fields 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 47 down here, which is planted in canola, which is all, I did that off screen. Not sure what I want to put in here yet. I might plant another field of grass. It's a possibility. This up here is corn. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold the phone. I don't think I have any wheat planted. That's soybean. That's onion. That's onion. That's soybean. Got 2 fields of soybean, I think. Yeah, 2 fields of soybean. Okay, I'm going to plant this field here after we get the green beans off of it. We're going to plant wheat. This down here is canola. Yeah, that's what we need to plant. It's wheat. Reason being, we need wheat and soybean for mineral feed. Alright, he's gotten that small tiny patch of green bean. Cool. I don't have to go get it. Doing that fancy thing at the corner here. Okay, I didn't see no interference with any of those trees, so those trees will remain. Because I don't think they were interfering with the harvester when I harvest wheat off this field. now let's take a look at this one more time. Okay, now what was, if that was the case, well, let's take a look at these two recipes here. Alright, that calls for carrots, and that calls for sugar beets. Alright. I don't think I'm going to be planting carrots. If I plant anything, it'll be sugar beets. Well, once again, that takes a big harvester to harvest the sugar beets. Oh, my. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let's take a look at that beet harvesting equipment. Oh, my goodness. That's awful big for any of these. What is this? And what to do? Oh, it's got a capacity on it. This harvests red beets and beets. Sugar beets. Optic tracks. What's the difference? Oh, okay. Light tracks is the wheels. Optic tracks is tracked. Oh, that's neat. I don't know if I want to buy that. That's $592. $2,000. Wow. Well, if I plan, I might just lease it. Wow, an hour has gone by already. And once again, we ain't got these green beans harvested yet. Oh my goodness. Well, we did do some other things in this hour. We made some money off of that load of wood chips. We took the coffee beans and went and took it to Wynot's coffee roaster. And we stored the roasted coffee beans in the silo for when we go to sell the roasted coffee beans in March. This is where it's coming to a close. Alright, here we go. Is your door stuck? Can't get a door. Jar won't open? Then get CS Benji's jar doggy drool and it will lose any nut. That is ScorpionsEdge's commercial for this episode. Till then, if you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you haven't yet, and would like to see more, and it don't cost a thing, touch that subscribe button. But most importantly, most importantly, draw up a doggy tree or a cat tree on that notification bell so you won't miss anything that comes down the pipe. Because you never know when Benji and Alan will stop in and say hi. Till then, have a wonderful day. This this is where I'm going to turn my mic off and let the episode finish out.